Hello everybody and welcome back to Don't Starve. So, here we are, day 3 has just dawned, and yesterday we talked a lot about how to go about starting your first couple of days in Don't Starve. Today, we are going to go down to these rocks that we just passed here, and we're going to learn about how to set up an effective base, or at least how to start setting up an effective base and picking a good location for it. So, first things first, like we said yesterday, this fire pit, which is renewable and something that you need to really start up a base, you need 12 rocks for it, and so the way to do that is by mining these stones here. Now, if you caught that, what Wilson just said, you'll realize that he said that he was starving because, well, he is. Last night, in all of our discussions and signing off and everything, I forgot entirely to eat. Which is pretty short-sighted in a game called Don't Starve. The goal is to not starve. I had one job, and it seems I failed to do it. So let's see if the fire is still burning. It is very, very lightly. We're going to cook up some berries real fast. Like so. Now, I'm not really sure how many this will take. If I said 15 each, I think. Last episode, we're at 43. That should be, not quite. It's probably about 12 each, I think. In any case, I'm going to eat these. I should also note, if you look at the inventory bars here, oops, oh, I can't do that because it burnt out. That's too bad. If you look here, you'll see that I have green bars on my food. This says to me that it is rotting. Every piece of food in this game is in a constant state of rotting, of essentially going stale. And so, in order to keep them fresh, well, there are a couple of options. The best option would be to put it in an ice box, which is a late-game technology, or a mid-game technology, rather, that you can ultimately find. But in the interim, really what it means is that you sort of have to eat things as you collect them. And so on the first day, I still support the idea of collecting all the berries you can and all the carrots and everything. You'll go through them very quickly, especially when, as you just saw, it takes me, 7 or 8 berries to actually get up to a full stomach. But you will need to pay attention to what food you actually take in and what food you leave on the bushes or in the ground for later. As well, when you cook food, it does get a little bit of a refresher, so it's there is a bit of a strategy as far as when to cook things and when not to cook things, and when to pick them and when to leave them on the bush, like this. Now, my sanity's going down quite a bit, so one of the ways to fix your sanity is by picking flowers, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. When you pick where to live, this is the sort of next question that you have to face. Now, first of all, actually, let me interject here. So these are normal rocks. They're just rocks. They only let you get rocks out of them in flint, and sometimes niter, which is another material. These rocks are gold rocks. You dig into them, and they give you the regular stuff, but they also give you gold. And you need gold for a number of different things, but the most important thing is actually to build a science machine, which is how you get your first technology started. That's going to be one of the first things you need to do when you start up a new base, is to put down a science machine. So, whoops. Oh, that's a problem. We've encountered a tall bird. In fact, we've encountered 2, and we wanted just a bit too close to their nests. So, we're going to run away from that. Now, one of those hits took out so much of my health. That was incredible, actually. I didn't quite realize how much damage they actually did. When you don't have any armor or weapons or anything, they can really pack a punch. Now, if you're wondering, guys, why sometimes I'm running quite a bit faster than not, you'll see, now it's hard to see now because we're in a dark biome, but I am, ooh, hey, what's this? Oh, will you look at that? Well, I'm going to pick up this axe, and I'm going to eat these frog legs so I can do that. And I'm also going to pick up this crank thing. we'll talk about this in a while, but essentially a crank thing, I'm going to drop this other axe that is not as good. The crank thing is a part of that wooden thing that transports you to another world that I was speaking about in the first episode. Now, let's see if we can't find a good place to camp out. Where are we? We're way down here. Right, so if you see me running faster, it's because I'm running along a road. Roads sort of are interspersed throughout. You'll see that they go in different patterns. Sometimes there are no roads. Sometimes they go in circles and don't really cover very much land. And sometimes they go in straight lines. Roads make you run faster, and so generally one of the good things to do when you're building a base is to build it along a road, so that if, for instance, you're caught out late at night and you might not get back home, putting your base along a road makes it more likely that you will be able to get back home in time. Now, it's getting close enough to dark that I'm not going to try and screw around to find another better place to go. There are a lot of loose rocks around here. I'm going to put down a regular campfire here and not worry too much about setting up something permanent just yet. When you set up something permanent, what you're looking for is a number of different things. You're looking for something along a path, which I said before. And so you see that there's a path here, it goes around. This would be a good place to put a base, you'd think. Another good factor to consider is you want to be beside renewable resources. Renewable resources become more and more important the longer the game goes on. So when you survive for 10 days, it's not all that important. But when you survive for 80 or 90 or 100 days, which you can absolutely do, you're going to need farms, and you're going to need berry bushes, you're going to need saplings, you're going to need grass and trees all planted around your base. Now, many of these things you can actually you can plant on your own, and you don't need help with. But one thing that you will find trouble getting without some significant placement help, if you miss them, is beefalos. Beefaloes are essentially buffaloes that are in Don't Starve, and they are a really helpful thing to put a base beside. Beefaloes are good to be beside for a few reasons. The first is that, well, they produce a lot of manure. And manure is how you make farms, and it's also how you fertilize your plants. And so, in order to have effective farms that are renewable and have many of them, and to have a good agricultural resources, you need a lot of manure. And so being beside beefalos allows you to have a constant source of it, which is a very strong thing. So when we set up a base, almost invariably you want to set up beside beefalos. Another good thing about beefalos is that if you're getting overwhelmed by a hostile mob, so a tall bird, for instance, or spiders, which we have not yet encountered, or even a frog or two, if you run them over to the beefalos, and they attack the beefalos, which hostile mobs often will, the whole herd of beefalos will gang up to kill them. And so effectively, they remove your problem by just completely destroying them themselves. Now, that can work against you, because if you are the thing that attacks the beefalos, you will get killed by the entire herd. Now, if you can pull one off to the side, they actually are a very good source of meat. And so, they're not a bad thing to have around for that reason either. But in any case, what we want to find is beefalos, and this sort of a biome, that's a plainsy biome, is exactly where they live. So I ran down here in hopes of finding another one that's bigger, but I didn't really find one. So instead I found a lot of tall birds. So we are going to run up and try to return to where we were before. Okay. Let's see here. Now, let's say you can't find beefalos. Is that going to end your game right away? Absolutely not. There are a lot of different strategies you can do. You can dig up a bunch of berry bushes and use that as your primary source of food. The other thing is that if you live near a whole bunch of rabbits, you can often make a bunch of traps, and you can set up shop near all those rabbits and get a constant source of meat that way. So it's not such a bad thing if you can't find beefalos, but I've found in my past that it is a very desirable thing to have. Now, I'm running in the opposite direction of those plains in hopes of finding bigger plains, but I have not yet found any. So instead, I am going to run back towards the plains that we found. Now notice notice I am starting to go quite a bit insane here. And I'm actually sort of hungry too. I have not been taking care of myself as I've been talking to you guys. So if I see any flowers along the way, I'm going to actually start picking them and getting my sanity back up. Now this is a wormhole. A wormhole allows you to jump to a different location somewhere on the map. It is linked to another wormhole, so if you jump in the other one, it'll take you back, and it won't play any tricks on you. But it comes at a high cost of sanity. So while I'd normally be willing to try something like that to see where it takes me, right now my sanity is low enough that I don't want to do that. Now my hunger is sort of low, but that's okay, because I know that whenever I'm near a fire next, I'll cook up all of these berries that I have, and I have plenty of carrots and everything, so I will be okay. So here are some flowers. Now these do quite a bit for your sanity here. It takes about 5 for every flower you pick. So that's more than okay. Pick a couple of flowers and I'll be back on my feet in absolutely no time. There we go. Another thing is that if you pick 12 flowers, you will be able to make a garland. And a garland allows you to slowly recover sanity over time, which is actually excellent. In the first couple of days, the first week or so, there are very few things better than a garland for maintaining your sanity. Okay. And I think I have 12 flowers now. That ringing of a bell means that I can craft something. So I can do that now. Now here we are in another plains biome. I'm going to start walking over in this direction to see if I can't find any more beefalos. And instead I've actually just found the ocean. Yep. So maybe if I go around to the other side I'll find something. Okay, so there's more plains down here, and some of it is unexplored. I don't think there's going to be enough room here for beefalos, though. Let me see. No, it doesn't look like it. So I'm going to head back up here and see if there's anything on this side. Ah! Now this is one of my favorite items in the whole game. Pick up the eye bone, and I'll put this in my inventory. And we get a friend, Chester. Chester is a little chest. Once you get the eye bone, he just follows you around, and he's a chest. It's a wonderful little thing, and he's adorable. So, I'm glad we found him. Okay. Let me see if we can't find any more beefalos. There's some frogs and some ponds here, which are not very good. We don't want to stay near them. This path ends, and I'm not really... I see ocean up here, so I know this isn't going to be very good. So we're going to turn around, and we're going to head out this way. Now, around day 10, you start getting attacked in the evenings by ravenous dogs. For no apparent reason, it just sort of happens. So, and then every 10 days after that or so, you continue to get attacked by them as well. So, relatively soon, if we don't find beefalos, we're going to have to set up a camp somewhere that isn't beside them. Just to keep ourselves safe. Now, yes, I'm also beginning to starve. Tonight we'll cook up a lot. Now, also it's raining. Raining is bad. Rain essentially is, it doesn't do very much that's practical. You can still make fire during rain, and everything is basically unaffected, but your sanity drops much faster, and fires don't last quite as long. So, while it doesn't have a very direct effect of being bad in that you can't start fires, for instance, it does hurt in the long run. Now, in this general area I don't expect to find any more beefalos, so I think what I'm actually going to do very quickly is run across to this side and see if I can't find anything. Tonight, though, again, we're probably not going to have a real base set up, but that's okay. I've talked about why it is that you want to pick a base near beefalos and what you can do if you can't find them. So next time, next episode, I'm going to end it tonight. Next episode, and there's nothing here but sea. If we can't find something tonight, which I think we can't, then we will start up a base in an alternate location, and we'll talk about how to handle that. So, it's a miserable night out here, and I'm starving. So, this is generally speaking a pretty bad place to be. Let's see if we can't mosey on over this way. See what's up here. It's a forest. And, let's see, pretty soon I'm going to have to cut down some more logs. I've been running on mostly what I've gotten in the first few nights, and I've seemed to have forgotten about chopping down more in the last few days. Okay, so now it's getting late enough that I'm a little bit concerned. It's a nice path. Let's see here. Doesn't take us anywhere especially interesting, I don't think. Okay, so we're gonna get a fire down, because I'm too worried. Oh, wow. Lightning can... Oh, hey! What's this? This is a path. I wonder if there's beefalos here. It's dark, though, so I'm not gonna even try. We're gonna explore that tomorrow. Next video. Okay, so, I'm gonna cook up some berries really, really quick. This is gonna be good. Chester, during the nights, goes to sleep in a relatively adorable fashion. Okay. That should be enough berries. Let's get our health right back up here, and notice that the cooked berries do increase my health as well. Not by a whole lot, by one each time, but you do eat a lot of berries, so it's not so bad. And there we go, back up to full health. Sanity's doing okay. We're actually going to make a garland, because we do have materials. Here we go, lovely flowery garland. And my sanity will slowly go up with this on. The rain is not helping right now, but it will continue to increase as the days go on. Okay, and we're going to put some grass on this fire so it doesn't go out. And with that, I'm going to end the video here tonight. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Next video, I said that we'd start up a permanent base this video, but at least we talked about the strategies for doing so. Next video, we're going to explore those plains. We're going to see if we can't actually set up a real base, and we're going to talk about what you can do with the science machine, your next steps after getting a base up. So, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.